when I'm with you. We're pals, we're buddies through and through. Wish I knew what to buy for you on your birthday. Our friendship goes against the grain. I've seen you swell up in the rain. I saw you, didn't see your pain. Was it termites? It's never hard to talk to you, though you stump me with your silence. I feel so naughty pining here for your happy face's guidance. My best friend Plank, my best friend Plank, my best friend Plank.
Okay, I'm making plank. Let me show you how I done it. I wasn't going to video it, but I think I'll go through the motions. Run it through here. Sanded it on here. But first, lifted this part out, chopped it on here. Got it. That's how its humble beginning started. This is going to be a plank from the show Eddy and Eddy. And he found plank and then put eyes and a mouth on him. So he's got some imperfections. So I don't care about this big saw blade mark in the back. Actually, I've almost made him a little bit too good for what he is and what he's supposed to be. Took this here, cut this out on the bandsaw. And now, the part I'm to now is rasping a little. Oh, that raspers could join the Olympics. So now, I am, find out where this is at in the camera. So now for the part of rasping this down some. Very small wood rasp. It is not a file. It is a wood rasp. There's a huge difference. Like I said, we found plank, so none of this has to be really smooth or anything, but you don't want it looking like crap either. So you can put this down. Give it a lighter sanding. What I want to do with this, because of the type of wood this is, I want to get rid of more of this edge here. This. And also what I want to do is, because plank, the original plank, has some imperfections along his body. So I also want to, not too many, but put a little few grooves in here. I'll mark them out a little bit. I don't want to overdo this. I just want to put maybe a little imperfection going down in here. Very small one over in here. I got one down here at the bottom and this one at the bottom. Got the same height. I'll arc that one a little bit. And maybe one here for the middle of that. Now, I don't give no, I don't care what the cartoon plank looks like 100%. It's a cartoon. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Dremel. I got the Dremel 4800, but I just had this Dremel 4000 repaired. So I want to use this Dremel 4000 for a while to see if it actually stays repaired. What I did with this Dremel 4000, because I had to have this mechanism replaced before and it was still acting up, it would work. You would have to push it to get it to really stay going. So I just put some shims in there because something's loose in it, and it seems to be working fine. I just want to, like I said, keep working with it a little, make sure it stays that way. See if I got the right tool in my Dremel box. Yeah, I do, right here. I'm going to use this. It's like an engraving bit slash big bit. Made this a little bit tighter when this got shimmed up. Made this a little bit tighter, but I don't care as long as this thing. The main purpose is this thing working. It's not trying to make it win a beauty contest, but all you have to do is protect yourself to begin with. You want these zigzagged everywhere because this is just a board that he found, a plank that he found. So the good thing about it, you can let this thing wander anywhere you want. Can't mess it up. See, that's it. Any more than that, it's going to be too much. I'm never bored when I'm with you. We're pals, we're buddies through and through. I wish I knew what to, but see, every time I make one of these, that song gets stuck in my head all over again. There's the. Now, get this wood rasp here back. Get these edges knocked down a little. Like I said, not too perfected, but not too ratty looking either. Not too perfected, but also not too ratty looking. Good thing about plank, get a lot of room for air on them. It's plank. Like I said, you don't want to get these perfect, but you want to get them in there. Get rid of some of these furry edges, which on this wood, it's a epidemic. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Scratch them up a little. Get rid of that. He's a plank. I'm not going to write the song on the back of this one because I sing it too much already. I'm going to groove him a little bit like this. Groove him a little bit. Never groove my other one. I made one of these also. I forgot. I made a small one of these also a long time ago. Painted it kind of brownish yellow like the plank on the cartoon. I didn't like it. It's too fake looking. The next step is put sanding sealer on it. I've got a high, what is it? I got a high solid sanding sealer, but it's already, I'd rather not use this brush on that. I want to anyway. This is so full already because I just got this. I just get the brush right at the top. Now, you want to sand, anytime you make furniture, anything, you want to seal your wood. You know how many people don't? You know, in Russia, you know how people in Russia always sealed their wood, and probably a lot of them still do it? Egg whites. Because they know the importance of sealing wood. Everybody should know the importance of sealing wood. You'll be amazed. You know how bad wood accepts paint if you don't seal it? You know how fast your wood goes downhill after you put a stain on it? And a varnish is not a sealer. I don't care what anybody says, a varnish is not a sealer, that's a top coat. But when you put your stain on, you put your stain on before your sanding sealer, not after, because it'd be riding on top of the sanding sealer. It won't soak into the wood. But if you're painting it, your wood, then you put the sanding sealer on first. You'll be amazed at that difference in how the paint goes on with the sanding sealer compared to without it. I mean, well, I was talking earlier about furniture makers, even in the past, seal their wood, work their wood good. People like now don't want to learn that. People now don't want to go to carpentry school for at least a little while. Don't want to go to finishing school. They don't learn nothing. Now what they build is actually nice. It's good, but it will never become an heirloom because it will never last. Unsealed wood that's not properly conditioned, never last. People in the past, and I don't mean Stone Age, even use very smooth rocks to smooth their wood after they would put their finish on it. And actually, so look how smooth that is already, just barely touched it. They would use rocks, very smooth rocks, rub over their wood, put those fibers down, close those pores up too, rub it over their wood. I wish you could feel this. And rubbing out the wood and making it really smooth. And they also use egg white sealer. You don't go get a rock that's got chunks missing out of it, broke parts. If you rub your thumb over it, your finger, or your hand, if your hands are too rough, you feel grit on it or nothing, that's not smooth. You can't have grit and things on it. I mean, so look at that. The extra time, because people of the past took a lot of pride and pleasure in their work and in their craft. Even that end grain, smooth as silk. Compared to this, that got the sandpaper. I used high grit sandpaper on it, but even the one that used the rock on even smoothed that out smoother. So look at that. You want a scraper to scrape your wood? Well, I'll tell you what to use. Piece of glass. You don't want a card scraper? Why? Piece of glass. This piece of glass will do wonders. Look at that. Wonders. Barely touch it. Piece of glass. Do that over. You get a flat piece of glass, do the whole thing. So look at that. Smooth. Some people say that's too smooth. Go diagonal if you want. Check it out. And go back with the grain. And look, also look how shiny that's getting. And the only thing this has on it is sanding sealer. I put the sanding sealer on it already. See, compared to the back side, it's not been rocked yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the back side and then the sides, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this thing done. So when I sanded it, I wanted to leave a little bit more than this on this side, but I had to sand it a little bit more because this side was kind of funky. So I went ahead and got it a little bit, but this side is better off. So now I will go get vice crushing the wood, and nothing to protect it. It's plank from a cartoon, remember? Found on a construction site, thrown out, garbage. That's the way it is. So right now I'm going to go get the marker, I wish I had a marker, but I've got a marker. I'm just colored pencil. I'm going to go get the colored pencils, put his eyes and his mouth on, and he will be done. Okay, let's get this finished. I kind of don't want to put a clear coat on it. It's kind of torn about it, but I think I may do it anyway. So let's go ahead and get these eyes on here, kind of big. And remember that a kid drawed these on there, so you don't got to be perfect in any way whatsoever. and they're kind of offset to each other. And I don't care if he did it with a magic marker on the cartoon or not. I don't care what he did it with. You don't need to follow something 100%. It's kids' entertainment. And then put the eyes in, which are blue. And then put his mouth on, kind of funky. It's gonna, who knows where this board would have ended up. Who knows where this plank would have ended up if I hadn't decided to actually make something out of it. I may have used it for pieces of it for something, or it may have ended up just going to hell over the years, or who knows. But now I made something out of it, and I'm going to go ahead, against my better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit of clear coat on it. I'd rather kind of grit my teeth about it, and I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Shake it up and spray just a little, just enough. See, I already rocked it and everything. Now this clear coat's gonna put a residue back on it, but I wanted to show that technique, so I might end up running about 1,000 grit sandpaper back over it and be done with it. That should dry pretty quick, and then I'll get the back and then the sides a little and call this project finished. So there's a little lesson on woodworking, finishing your projects, sealing your wood, and you also, if you want to, make your own plank. Make your part of the little world a little bit happier. Make something nice, something funky, just to be doing it for no real reason. My daughter didn't request this. Nobody did. I just decided. I watched Eddy and Eddy when I was younger. Not too much. I liked it, but it's kind of 50-50. I could take it or leave it, but I did watch some of them. And I always liked the plank aspect of it, and so this was made for nobody. I'll give this to my daughter. Just put it in her playroom, whether she does anything with it or not. I don't care. Just decorate her playroom with it. And but as for this itself, I just decided to make it. I got other projects I need to do, but sometimes it's good to get away from those things and just do something fun. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and remember, seal your wood.